Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to the Weekend Preview. Today is Sunday, November 22nd, 2015, and I am Darkside Phil. And up front, initially, before we even begin, I have to apologize as I have been under the weather. In fact, it wasn't even until about an hour ago that my nose finally cleared up to the point where it doesn't sound like my head is massively congested. You've been hearing, if you've been watching the playthrough videos for the past couple of days, whether it was Rise of the Tomb Raider or Game of Thrones conclusion on Friday or Fallout 4 yesterday, you've heard it in my voice and in my nasal cavities that I've had basically a head cold. And the good news is it's not a serious head cold. It's not like I'm dying sick. I don't have a fever. I'm not choking, which typically when I get a cold, I get like a chest cold, and that's the worst. None of that. It's just all right here in my sinuses. The problem was, after 3 days of suffering through this head cold, last night it came to a fever pitch, and I was just miserable. I couldn't relax. I couldn't sleep. At one point at night, my nostrils, not just the outside here, but the inside of my nose was throbbing with pain from having blown it and rubbed it because it was being stuffed and running for the past 3 days straight. And I was just sitting there miserable in bed like, oh my God, I can't sleep. And I didn't even get to sleep till after 6 in the morning this morning. Woke up around 10 o'clock when typically I would get up to start getting ready for work, and I'm like, I feel like shit. If I try to work today, I'm going to sound terrible. I'm going to be in a bad mood. So I did an audible, and I said, unfortunately today, no stream, no gameplay. Originally, it was supposed to be Rise of the Tomb Raider today, but I had to kind of throw a monkey wrench into the plan and say, sorry, everyone, I just did not feel up to it. And I'm hoping, fingers crossed, like I said, right now I am still congested, but I'm not crazy congested like I was last night. In my nose, I haven't blown it as much today. I'm hoping that it calms down and that starting tomorrow, I'll at least start recovering and it won't be as bad, because we've got a crazy, busy, and fun week ahead of us here. With a lot of content, a lot of variety of stuff we're going to be doing this week. Thanksgiving celebration and all kinds of stuff coming up. So, allow me to explain everything in a nutshell, but before I do, I just want to let everyone know and summarize everything from this past week. Star Wars Battlefront, played it for 3 days, and after 3 days, I really feel that I've explored enough of the game. I don't really feel like playing it anymore until we do fan appreciation, which we're going to talk about in a moment. And so Star Wars Battlefront for now is on the back burner. No, I'm not getting it on PlayStation 4. People basically got bored of it after the second session anyway, so I'm moving on to other stuff, okay? Rise of the Tomb Raider, I started this on Friday, and a lot of people have been asking me to play it, and not a lot of people really showed up to watch it on the stream, that's for sure, and not really on YouTube either. I really haven't gotten, I feel, too far into it to know if it's a good game or not. I've only played it for around 2.5 hours, and it was really just the introductory stages of the game. I don't feel that I've gotten deep enough into it to really give it a fair shake, but I'll be honest, the introduction was kind of boring. It was kind of cliche. It was kind of exactly what I was expecting. Being this is a sequel to the game from 2013, the fact that it really didn't grip me in the first few hours like that game did is not a good sign, okay? And some people are saying, well, maybe people are kissing this game's butt because it's an Xbox exclusive. I'm not going to get onto the drama bandwagon and say, oh, maybe, yeah, maybe people are overrating it because it's only on Xbox. People are trying to say there's a good game on Xbox. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to play a little more. I'm going to judge it for myself, and we'll go from there, okay? But I started that on Friday, FYI. And yes, the final episode of Game of Thrones, the episodic game from Telltale Games that we've been playing all year, finally released Friday night, and I did upload that to DSP Gaming. Good episode, but overall, one of the worst endings I've ever seen in a game. Like, if you could ever say this is the end of a game and then give an ending like that, that was just really pathetic, and I'm not going to go into detail because I voiced my full opinion on it at the end of that episode. So if you want to see my opinion on how they ended that shitty ending to that episodic game, check it out in the final part. All right, and that is live on DSP Gaming. And then yesterday I played some more Fallout 4, which was fun. I'm going into the story now. I'm delving into side quests and stuff that are story-based. It's not like me just grinding repetitively, doing boring stuff. There was actually this really interesting quest line regarding the Cabot family, which I spent most of Saturday doing, okay? And I apologize for the snorting. This is because I'm congested, and what am I going to do? If I don't do that, it's going to drip down my throat and cause me to choke while I'm trying to record here. So, thank you for being patient. Thank you for understanding. Yesterday, I uploaded the grossest episode of DSP Tries that I've ever made. Like, no lie, that was insanely disgusting. It was funny, because when I said this, people at first were like, Phil's exaggerating. Phil's just saying this because he wants people to check out this episode. And then people actually watched the episode, and if you look at the comments on the video, it's like, Holy shit, I've seen every episode of DSP Tries It for the past 5 years. This is the most disgusting thing I've ever seen. So if you don't want to take my word for it, take the words of the people who watched the video when we're fucking grossed out. That's live on the King of Hate vlogs right now, okay? So today, no new game footage because I was sick. I was congested. I didn't feel good. I was recuperating all day, all right? Tomorrow. Tomorrow is in the hands of you. And what I mean by that is, as I'm uploading this video to the King of Hate vlogs, I'm going to post a poll on my Twitter account, @TheyCallMeDSP. The poll's going to have two options. Do you want to see Fallout 4 on my first gameplay stream tomorrow, so a longer session of Fallout, or do you want to see my second session ever of Rise of the Tomb Raider be that gameplay stream? So whatever wins this poll overnight, I'm going to play first tomorrow, and yes, it will be live streamed at the usual time, around 1 p.m. Pacific time. The second game, whatever loses out on the poll, will not be live streamed. It will be around 2 hours of gameplay footage played later in the day, and that'll be uploaded exclusively to DSP Gaming. What I'm hoping is in the middle there I have a little bit of time because my loot crate for the month of November arrived yesterday. Now, obviously, I've been very busy. I've been sick, run down. No, I didn't have a chance to film the loot crate unboxing. I'd like to do that tomorrow, so there's a chance tomorrow I'll have a chance to do that and upload it. If not, that's definitely coming soon this week, okay? Tuesday is a big day because this week we're completely changing the schedule from what I thought it was going to be and what I've been talking about for the past week because the Bloodborne DLC, the very first story-based DLC for Bloodborne, is being released this Tuesday. And finally, a couple days ago, we finally got concrete information on how to play it. And in fact, it wasn't anywhere near as bad as it had been rumored. Originally, it was rumored that since you beat the game and the game does not allow you to continue to play, it makes you start over in New Game Plus if you want to play again, that in order to start this DLC, you were going to have like a mid-game save, or you'd have to play halfway through the whole game again in order to get to the DLC content. The truth of the matter is that's not true at all. You only need to kill 2 bosses. There's what, Father Gascoigne, whatever the hell his name is, the werewolf guy. And then the second required boss, which is Vicar Amelia, or Amelia, however you say her name. She's that big giant boss that almost looks white, and it looks like a hairy wolf, and she kind of heals herself, okay? If you kill those 2 bosses, apparently it unlocks the DLC. Like, you get an item or whatever, and it allows you to access the DLC. That's good news, because that means, okay, maybe a few hours of going through and readjusting to the game, getting used to the game, and then fighting these 2 bosses versus, oh my god, grind for 3 straight days to get to where the DLC is. And because of this news coming out, I decided I am doing the DLC this week. The way I'm going to do it, a little different than usual. Tuesday, my first gameplay stream is going to be me getting readjusted and re-entering the world of Bloodborne. Now, people loved my Bloodborne playthrough earlier this year. The only complaint was, oh, Phil went offline and he grinded, and because of that, he was overpowered. The thing is, a lot of people did that, and a lot of people are perfectly fine with that. Other people, oh, I have this elitist view of how to play Bloodborne, and you always need to be, like, just playing and not leveling at all and not grinding because you should just have insane amounts of challenge when you play. You should have to dodge everything perfectly on the first try. And I don't care, because that's not how I like to play the game. I grinded, I had fun with it, and I really enjoyed Bloodborne. I was able to look at all the content I was able to do with Bloodborne. I was able to not only go through the entire game and beat every optional boss, I was able to get to those optional challenge dungeons and even get into those a little bit, which normally is something I wouldn't have done with a normal game. Undoubtedly, Bloodborne is going to be in my Game of the Year awards this year. It's that good of a game. So I'm really excited to get into this week, alright? So that first gameplay stream on Tuesday will be me getting readjusted to Bloodborne. Yes, live stream chat will be on, and if people want to help me to let me know, gee, what's the shortcut to the bosses, because I haven't played the game in some 6 to 7 months, and I'm probably not going to remember jack shit about where to go, and I'm going to be trying to remember the controls or whatever. So it's going to be me relearning the game for a few hours on that first stream. What I'm hoping is by the end of Tuesday on my second gameplay stream, I will have been able to defeat those 2 bosses, and I will have been able to finally reach at least the beginning of the DLC and play a little bit of the DLC before I call it quits for the day. Okay, so Tuesday is a Bloodborne marathon. My return to Bloodborne after some 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months away. I'm excited, and I hope you'll join me. If you like that original Bloodborne playthrough, this is going to be your cup of tea. You're going to have a lot of fun with it, okay? Wednesday, I'm going to balance the day, split it. The first half will be the Bloodborne DLC. The second half will be more Fallout 4. Since I'm away from Fallout 4 for a day, it makes sense to go back to it. Thursday is Thanksgiving in the United States. If you don't know, it's a national holiday where we all give thanks for everything. And I'm going to have a special episode of Ask the King where not only do I tell you what I want to give thanks for this year, but I'm going to be answering your questions. So check out on the kingofhate.com forums. There's a thread right now where you can post up your questions for this Thursday's episode of Ask the King. And yes, you can post up and I will draw questions from there to answer on the show live, okay? In addition, if you were a patron, either in the months of September or October, all right, and you pledged $20 or more, you qualified to have your question answered on this particular episode of Ask the King. And there is a thread on the kingofhate.com forums. It's under the patrons only section. The thread's been up for a while now for you to actually post up your questions and get them answered. So please post up by Thursday. If you don't, I can't help it. If you don't post up your question, I obviously can't answer it. So if you're not a patron, great, post up your questions in the normal section on the kingofhate.com forums. If you were a patron, $20 or more pledge, you qualified to get your question answered, please post up on that section of the forums, all right? That's coming Thursday, my very first stream, around roughly 2 p.m. Pacific time, because it takes about an hour for me to get everything ready for that, and the show runs for about 2 hours, okay? Then we're going to be having our Thanksgiving dinner, and then once our Thanksgiving dinner is done here, Leanna and I, then we're going to be doing, I'm going to be doing another session of gameplay. It won't be live stream. It's probably going to be more Rise of the Tomb Raider. So that's going to be a gameplay session for that day. My second session will be Ask the King, Rise of the Tomb Raider. Friday, we'll go back to Bloodborne again. Yes, Bloodborne will be the first session on Friday. And then second session, we'll see. Do I want more Fallout? Do I want to do more Rise of the Tomb Raider? Saturday, there'll only be one session. And it'll depend on how far I've gotten. Maybe after 2-3 major sessions of the Bloodborne DLC, I've beaten it. Great. If I haven't, it'll be the Bloodborne DLC, all right? Saturday night, we will be trimming our Christmas tree. So we do this every year. It's a yearly tradition that we do. And what we're going to do is film it while we're doing it. This year, we actually have the tree. We already bought everything last year. We went all out last year and got everything we would need for this year, so we don't have to spend any money. And boy, are we glad we did it, because we don't have any money right now to spend on it. So we've got the tree, we've got the trimmings. This year we're going for more of a frozen look, so kind of like think ice, think snow, think blue and white and silver, kind of ice crystals kind of a look. And that's what we're going to be going for. So we're going to trim that tree, and we are going to upload videos of that this coming Saturday, okay? Sunday will be another gameplay stream. What will it be? Well, it depends. Do people want to see the more Bloodborne? Did I finish the DLC yet? Do you want to see more Fallout? We'll see. At that point, we'll see what's going on around Sunday-ish time, and we'll go from there, all right? And then Monday, which is the final day of November, Monday, November 20th, so 1 week from tomorrow, is the Rockathon. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is a special marathon event that I'm doing because a result of the patrons who pledged in the month of October. We hit a goal level. We hit the goal to do this special marathon event. I'm going to be playing Rock Band 4 on the PlayStation 4, and I'm going to be doing vocals. I'm going to be playing the guitar. I'm going to be doing both at once. I'm going to start off on the easy difficulty, or not easy, excuse me, normal difficulty, so that I can get readjusted to the game. I haven't played Rock Band now in some 5-6 years. Shit, actually, I haven't played Rock Band since before YouTube, before I did anything on YouTube. Holy crap, so it was like 7-8 years. Wow. It's been a long damn time since I played Rock Band. But I liked it. I played Rock Band 1 and 2, and I loved both games, so I'm really excited to jump back into this one. And it's going to be a marathon stream, meaning it's going to start around noon to 12:30 that day, Pacific time, and run around till 6-7 p.m. Depends on how tired I get, too, because remember, if I'm doing vocals and stuff, my throat's killing me or whatever, we may have to just do guitars, or we'll see. We'll see how the day goes. But it's going to be a straight stream, meaning I'm not going to be snipping this up into separate videos for YouTube. It's just going to be a YouTube stream, and that's it. And yes, it will be archived as one whole video. Why am I doing it like that? It's very simple, because of copyright risks. Because with all the music and shit that will be in that video, there's a very strong chance that I'm going to either get a content ID match, or I'm going to get flagged, or something's going to happen. And if I just make it one video on YouTube, there's no risk. It's like, okay, wow, I'll get one copyright strike. You can't give multiple copyright strikes for a video. Once it's striked, it's done. So if it does happen, worst case scenario, oh no, it's fine, and I should be able to, get around it and not have any issues. And I am going to talk to Machinima ahead of time to make sure, if that does happen, that I don't lose my streaming capabilities, because Machinima sent me the fucking game. I mean, I'm sure if Machinima worked with the creators of Rock Band and got Mad Cats to send me a copy of the game, I'm pretty sure it's okay to play, and they're not intending to shut down my streaming capabilities with a copyright claim. Just saying. But anyway, that's how it's going to happen. That's going to be on Monday, November 20th. So, to review very briefly here, we've got tomorrow either Rise of the Tomb Raider or Fallout 4 on first stream, depending on how you vote overnight on Twitter. Whatever game loses will be on second session, but will not be streamed. Tuesday, a marathon of Bloodborne, return to Bloodborne, and hopefully getting to the DLC content. Wednesday, a combo of Bloodborne and Fallout. Thursday, a combo of Ask the King. Please post up your questions with Rise of the Tomb Raider. Friday, probably a combination of Bloodborne and something else. Saturday, maybe more Bloodborne, or maybe something else like Fallout or Rise of the Tomb Raider if I've beaten the Bloodborne DLC. Yes, there will be a new DSP Tries It this weekend. I forgot to mention that. Yes, there is a new one coming on Saturday. And Sunday, again, more gameplay. Monday, the Rockathon. And that's going to take us into that first week of December, which, by the way, we've got new games. Just Cause 3 is coming out that week. So I'll be balancing that with everything that's going on. All right? So that's the deal. Now, you might have noticed I didn't mention any fan appreciation multiplayer. Well, here's the deal, and this is the bottom line. I'll be very honest with everyone. The fan appreciation multiplayer was going to be done that same time during Thanksgiving week, and I was going to do it because the Bloodborne DLC got announced, and it looked like I wasn't going to be able to do it. And I've been talking to people about doing this multiplayer, and some people are excited, other people were actually disappointed, saying, Phil, why are you doing it during Thanksgiving week? Can't you wait till Christmas? Because at Christmas is when a lot of us are going to be getting the games that you're playing during this fan appreciation marathon, and we'd like to join you, but we're not going to have it till Christmas, so it sucks you're doing it now, and then you're going to be busy at Christmas and not do it, so what the hell? So I was actually taking that feedback in over the week. I was like, man, so people have a good point. Maybe I should wait till Christmas to do this fan appreciation. It seems to make sense. And so over the course of this week, I private messaged all the patrons who had qualified from pledging this year for the perk where they're guaranteed or to get into a gameplay session if they want to, or if they could participate in the Thanksgiving special, and I got one response. So one person who actually got my top perk this year even cares about this. Everyone else basically blew it off and doesn't give a crap. So it doesn't seem to me that delaying it, and by the way, I'm not canceling it, it is definitely going to happen Christmas week, the fan appreciation, but delaying it doesn't hurt anyone. In fact, it's helping the vast majority of people who are interested in being in it, because keep in mind, I'm going to be doing things such as Halo 5 on the Xbox One, Star Wars Battlefront on the Xbox One, Metal Gear Solid Online on PS4, Call of Duty Black Ops 3 on PS4. There's a possibility I may try to do WWE, but I was almost eliminating it completely because I think it's going to be too difficult to do it, and you can only get a few people in a multiplayer match anyway. But I digress. That's kind of the deal. Like, most people said, why are you doing it so early? So it's being delayed until Christmas, and sorry to those of you who maybe were just so dead set on doing it this week. It makes more sense to do it during Christmas week. If you were a patron who pledged my biggest perk this year and you want to be a part of the Thanksgiving special and maybe do a special shout out video or even audio message to the viewers to say something about Thanksgiving or whatever, let me know. Contact me this week via Patreon, via darksidemail@hotmail.com, darksidefil@hotmail.com, excuse me. Tweet me, whatever. And because I didn't get any responses on Patreon, so I don't know if people just didn't check their inboxes or whatever, but that was one of the things, is to participate this Thursday in Ask the King. I was going to have people actually come in and have special segments and stuff with them, and I really didn't get any responses, so apparently people aren't too interested in it, all right? So that's the deal. Fan appreciation is now going to go down during Christmas week. Lastly, ladies and gentlemen, as of today, there is 1 week left in November, which means there's 1 week left to pledge to my Patreon. Wow, I actually pointed to the right corner this week for the month of November. Tremendous help this month. Let me tell you, people have come out of the woodwork who watch my stuff, who love my videos, who love my streams, and have pledged. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. I appreciate it because, as you know, the business has been in jeopardy these past couple of months. I don't even know how this month's going to turn out. Even with Fallout, and you look at the Fallout 4 playthrough, right? It's doing great. I cannot complain. That playthrough's doing tremendously well. Thanks everyone who's checking it out and watching it in your own pace. I really appreciate that because I'm enjoying the hell out of the game. I'm going to keep playing it at my own pace, and I definitely appreciate that viewership because I needed it, okay? But even that, just having that one major playthrough this month that's successful doesn't mean that it's going to support the whole business. I don't know what's going to happen. Patreon is helping me big time, okay? If all the pledges go through this month that have already been pledged, it's going to be a record month. And if they do go through, good, it'll help. It's certainly not going to make up for the thousands of dollars I'm losing a month here, but because of the YouTube issues, but at the same time, it's helping me. So thank you to those of you who have pledged. If you haven't yet, the big goal for this month, if I can hit my funding goal, all right, and all the details could be found on the website, so I'm not going to go into detail, but if I can hit that funding goal, I'm going to be doing a crazy, fun platformer marathon where it's going to be patrons who pledge $5 or more by the end of this month are going to be voting. Do you want to see me do Crash Bandicoot 3? Do you want to see me do Banjo-Kazooie? Or do you want to see me play Conker's Bad Fur Day in a 7-some-hour gameplay marathon at the end of December? So, another cool marathon, another fun event that I think people are really going to like, and it's going to give incentive for people to pledge. Lots of people already have pledged, but you need to have a $5 pledge this month in order to vote. I want to make that abundantly clear because I don't want any misconception. Someone pledges $1 and then like, where do I vote? You can't. It's a $5 pledge to get that premium forum access, and then you can vote on all this stuff, okay? But understand that even if you can't afford a giant pledge, which I'm certainly not looking for, $1 helps. And I've had some 50-some people who've said, Phil, I can't give a lot. I'm going to give you $1 a month. Here you go. Thank you. That is huge. That's what makes this successful. That's what allows me to continue to do this. If I could get everyone who watches my stuff to give $1, I wouldn't have to ever give a crap about YouTube views again and copyright nonsense and people fucking with my business. It would all be a moot point because it would be you crowdfunding me to keep doing this, and I wouldn't have to worry about all the foibles of corporate America fucking with me, and all the trolls on the internet can all shove their thumbs up their own fucking asses because it wouldn't affect me. I'd have no worries because I'd have the consistent income, all right? So thank you to those of you who have pledged. Consider pledging if you haven't. 7 days left. I'll be reminding you probably daily about this. Thank you if you have already pledged, and I hope that we can hit that goal and we can do that marathon to end the year strong, okay? That is it, everyone. We've got a fun week with so many, like 3-4 different games going on here. Ask the King special, the Christmas tree trimming special on Saturday. It's going to be a great week. I'm looking forward to it, and I certainly hope that I can stay healthy and keep the congestion out of my head so that I can be here for you every day. I mean, if I can get more than 3 hours of sleep, I could probably, you know, do some gameplay, but I figured today was not a good idea, and I apologize for that. We're coming back tomorrow strong. We're hitting the ground running. I'll see you then. All right, everyone. Peace out. Have a good night. Remember to vote on what you want to see tomorrow on my Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP overnight, and I'll see you tomorrow for whatever wins the poll, all right? Peace out, everyone. Without further ado, special thanks to these patrons who pledged in the month of October and made the upcoming Rockathon possible. Thanks, everyone, and I'll see you tomorrow.